All right, so we're heading over to Valle Crucis Community Park. Valle Crucis was hit pretty hard. They're along the Watauga River between Banner Elk and Boone, North Carolina. A lot of homes were flooded and damaged and structures destroyed. But a lot of the park was destroyed too. And this park has just been phenomenal to the community over the years. And our family has loved going to the park when we come to the mountains. It's just a favorite spot of ours. A lot of people take advantage of the river. They fly fish in the river, they tube, they kayak. But that river became a dangerous place during Hurricane Helene. So it did a lot of destruction. The park definitely was affected in a negative way. A lot of vegetation was removed. So we're gonna go in there and see if we can't get some stuff restored. And we've got a big community of volunteers from the Audobon Society and the Native Plant Society here locally in the Watauga area. Hey folks, welcome to the Garden Canvas. We are really excited to be in Banner Elk, North Carolina, in between Boone and Banner Elk, at a little community park that we love called Valle Crucis Community Park. This park was hit pretty hard by the storm, Hurricane Helene. I'm sure you've all seen the news of all the devastation that happened in North Carolina. Well, this was one of the areas that happened. This park is very special to us and our family because we've used this park over the years when we come on vacation here. And we had the opportunity to partner with American Meadows and Frank's Perennial Border in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, as well as a couple other smaller nurseries that donated some plants. These companies actually work with us to partner with us to help restore some of the planting material in the park. So we worked locally with the park staff, as well as the Audubon, the local Audubon Society, and the local Native Plant Society. So I want to take you guys on a journey as you get to see what we've done here in the park and the plants that we've put in place. This is where their maintenance building was, and so the running theme is it's somewhere in Tennessee.
My name is Paul Laurent. I'm the naturalist here at Valle Crucis Community Park. So we've been out here planting a whole bunch of native plants today. We had, I think, 30 some volunteers from the Native Plant Society and the High Country Audubon Society, plus some App State University students show up as well. And the Blue Ridge Garden Club of Boone, thank you. But Valle Crucis, it's a great little park. It is a true community park. Back in the 80s, a developer wanted to put an RV park here in this valley, which was a horrible idea. As we found out, it's a floodplain. So when we get storms, even one's not as big as the last one, the park floods pretty easily. And the local community got organized, began fundraising, and raised the money to buy the land themselves and created a true community park. So all of our funding is donation based. We have no federal funding, no tax dollars. Everything at the park is done through volunteers and donations. So it's been really, really great to get all these native plants here and get them in the ground to try and recover from all the damage from the storm. The water just basically scoured big chunks of the park. It's coming back together, and I think it's going to be better than ever.
Hi, I'm Richard Laurent. I'm kind of representing the High Country Audubon Society and the Blue Ridge Native Plant Society. Both groups are out here in force today with these plants. I got involved because my son Paul is the park naturalist here at Valle Crucis. But my role here has mainly been logistics. I'm not the plant expert. I love native plants, but I'm not an expert on IDing them all.
Hello, my name is Annie Stidham. I'm a freshman at App State, and we're just helping out at the Valle Crucis Community Park today.
Hi, I'm Sharon. I'm a member of the Blue Ridge Garden Club in Boone, and I'm also on the board of the Daniel Boone Native Gardens. And we're here at Valle Crucis Park trying to replace some of the plants that were washed away during Hurricane Helene, and have several people that came out today to help on this beautiful day.
Hi, I'm Barbara, and Sharon and I both work at the King Street Garden in Boone, downtown Boone. And Boone we have several, the Blue Ridge Garden Club of Boone has several gardens in town that they tend, and we have for years. Paul notified all of us to see if we could help, and we're here.
Yeah.
It's been a wonderful experience.
All right, can you introduce yourself to us?
Yeah, my name is Pat Rouge.
Now tell me about the two organizations you're with today.
Okay, well, I belong to the Audobon Society, which is obviously directed more at birds, but it's really to help the entire environment, and we do lots of different projects. Today we're doing this planting in Valle Crucis Park, which was badly flooded and needed a lot of help. I know there were a lot of people that came out and cleared away brush and things to make room to replant, and that's what we're doing today.
How do all these native plants help the Audubon Society? What does the Audubon Society do?
The Audubon Society advocates a lot, obviously mostly for birds, and we do a lot of bird walks, and for years, at least 20 that I've lived here, they have had bird walks right in this park every Wednesday morning.
That's awesome.
And so that is this park is very meaningful to us.
So the birds are an important part of our ecosystem.
Totally, yeah.
Hey, my name is Andy Krippner. I'm with the Blue Ridge Native Plant Society out of Boone, North Carolina. We're out here rebuilding Valle Crucis Park, replanting. We're actually taking the opportunity to plant a few more native plants here where there used to be a lot of grass. So even though the storm did a lot of damage, I'd like to think that in the long run it'll be a good thing for everyone.
So we're down in the riverbed of the Watauga River right below the park, and I just wanted you to see how beautiful the river is, and it's obviously so much damage from the storm. These large sycamores look like they're wanting to come down. Even now they're leaning over pretty bad. But the water is clearing up, I mean, you can see. Head back up the bank here. Back up to where the work is taking place. So this area right here is an area that was really washed out pretty hard by the river. You can see this downed tree here, and that probably caused some of that damage because that tree probably, I'd imagine that tree dammed up the river and made it wash around pretty hard right here, and it took out a lot of native understory plants. There was a lot of dogwood, and so they wanted us to put in some plants that would help stabilize the bank because it's very sandy here, but we wanted plants that would grow deep roots that could handle potential floods in the future, because they do get floods, but not like Helene. Some of the plants that we're putting in this area, and this will be an ongoing project, but we're using Panicum switchgrass, and we used Panicum Northwind and Panicum Shenandoah, and we're going to be adding more to this area and just kind of covering the whole area with Panicum to help stabilize the bank and also help compete against the Japanese knotweed that they're trying to eradicate as it pops up. But you can see how much sediment was deposited into the park. Now they've actually rebuilt this area because a lot of it washed out. So some of the sediment has been pushed here by their equipment as they pushed it out from other parts of the park. Today we went out here and put in some additional dogwood, live staking, so hopefully can rebuild that area a little bit. And you can see some of the dogwood, the red twig dogwood, really handled the river flooding pretty well because there's still a lot left. But you can see right here how deep the water was in this tree. And it would be well above my head right on this bank. But you can see the debris deposits up in the tree, and that gives you an idea of where the water level rose to. And as you pan around here into the valley, you can see kind of where that water would be. I mean, it would be pretty much in this entire valley. So this area is the beginnings of an organized prairie, is the best way I know how to put it. It's inspired by Pete Odolph and Roy DeBleek, trying to use some of the techniques that they teach by grouping plants in very visually, aesthetically pleasing ways, but also mimicking nature in a way as well. But you can tell that the plants will be designed and not just randomly thrown out or scattered out like seeds. It's kind of hard to tell what we have planted in here, but we have groups and pockets of different plants, a lot of block planting throughout here. We have purple lovegrass in a group here, coneflower, that's Pow Pow White and Pow Pow Wild Berry. We have a little bit of mountain mint here, which is the perennial plant of the year. Have some little blue stem kind of weaving through in different pockets. We have Solidago shorty eye, We have Ratibida, which is prairie coneflower. We have some muley grass. We have Baptisia lemon meringue here and another one over here, which is very hard to see at the moment. We have Arkansas Blue Star, which is Amsonia, a group of 3 there. Moonshine Yarrow. We also have, I think this is Salvia Blue Hill, if I'm not mistaken. A little more coneflower. Some Rebeckia in the back. That's Goldstrom Rebeckia. And also some spotted bee balm. I think I've covered most of it. We have some Panicum Northwind at the back. And we also have some big blue stem weaved in here in different pockets also. Eventually, we'll probably get this area planted out as well, but they may be doing some stream bank work here. So we wanted to leave space for that to take place along this creek that flows down into the river. So just as an idea of how this is positioned, they wanted us to keep the beds about 6 feet off of the pathway. So this area is a woodland area that we've planted out, and it's kind of a mixture of shade plants as well as sun plants. Got a lot of carexes in here, some solidago shorty eye, hardy ageratum, American beautyberry, panicum switchgrass. We have some red twig dogwoods. We have ragwort in here, as well as Ratibida, which is a prairie coneflower. We have penstemon. We've got some Christmas fern up in the shade here, as well as some additional carex and some woodland phlox, some heuchera. So this area should really naturalize, very beautiful. And you can see some of the areas where the sediment here has been deposited by the river. A little bit uneven, but it created a very natural landscape. So this area they've pushed a lot of the debris that the river washed up. They've pushed it out into this wetland area, and they're just gonna let it decompose on its own, which is fine. And in the growing season, this area typically gets pretty tall anyway, so a lot of that will be hidden. And this is just gonna be wildlife habitat. But we did include a couple things. We included Rebeckia lanceolata. That is cut leaf coneflower. We've got a grouping of 5 there. So that'll provide a little bit of beauty to that border. All right, so Shannon, what does this park meant to you over the years?
So we started coming to this park before we even had kids. I think my parents brought us here. So we've been bringing our kids here. They're 27, 23, 21, and 20. We've been bringing them here since they were wee little guys. And so we just love this park. We call Valle Crucis our happy place. So we love coming here. So we were just heartbroken when we learned of the devastation that the park had endured. And when American Meadows reached out to Brian and asked if he had any projects that he was working on, certainly the first thing that he thought of was Valle Crucis Community Park. And he reached out to the park staff and got the ball rolling, and it has been amazing to see Brian work with his talents and gifts and laying out the plant design, and it's just been really fun to see the community come together and execute the plan that he designed. I'm so proud of him. I'm really, really happy to have met so many people from here in the community that love this park as well as we do, and the workers that came out, just the generosity of time and labor. It's been really exciting to see. Like Brian said before, we definitely want to keep praying for this community. They've been hit hard. This was just a small way to help, but they have a long road to recovery.
I want to really say thank you to American Meadows. Thank you to Frank's Perennials in Winston-Salem. They both donated a lot of plants. Also want to thank Harp out of Lexington for donating several winter berries for us to naturalize and provide food for the wildlife. And also want to say thank you to Great Gardens in Wilson, North Carolina, who donated several plants as well as the Baptisia and Beautyberry to the project. All the volunteers who helped out from the Audubon Society, as well as the Native Plant Society here in the Watauga area, and the staff here at Valle Crucis. These folks have been amazing, and the workers that we had for this project just did a phenomenal job, and they were so efficient. So So I really want to thank you all. Keep praying for this area, and also if you want to make donations to Valle Crucis Park, I'll put a link in the description so that you can send donations to them. You can also donate to the American Red Cross or Samaritan's Purse for the general relief of the area, because there's a lot of rebuilding that needs to happen here from Hurricane Helene and the damage that was done here. This was just a small project that we wanted to contribute to help rebuild some wildlife areas, provide food for wildlife from habitat that's been destroyed by the flood. And so that's really what the purpose of this was. But so many people in this community and in the mountain communities in general are really hurting. So definitely be praying for those areas and donate to your favorite charities who can help out. And we really appreciate you guys tuning in. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in the next video.